Welcome to Beyond the Guay. We are two best friends who met as Mormon missionaries in Uruguay, now living in Utah with very different lives. We give our perspective of Mormon culture, the Salt Lake City scene, and we catch up as two grown-ass men trying to still be friends. On today's episode, I thought we should talk about General Conference.
Oh my gosh. I totally, had no idea it was this weekend until I called my parents. And I heard my dad yelling something about Dallin jokes in the background. And I was like, April, is it conference? And it was.
It usually falls on like Easter weekend, which it did.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, yesterday was Easter.
But, yes, it was Easter.
My least celebrated holiday, so.
Well, you know, I didn't celebrate Easter as a kid. You know this because you gave me my first Easter. Your mom gave me my first Easter basket as like an adult.
What movie was in that basket?
La Colombia.
Was it?
Yeah,
La Colombiana?
La Colombiana. Yeah.
I like that movie.
But, so I don't know. My mom is just not very, she's not very commercial. Maybe it was an excuse to just not spend money. But we would celebrate Christmas like commercially, but Easter, she was like super against. And so then we would like celebrate it like, we would celebrate it like non-commercially, but when I came around, we didn't do anything. And so then I just assumed we didn't celebrate Easter. And I told everybody.
It's so rare. Like, of all the holidays, like, I feel like Easter and Christmas are like the big, especially for anyone who's any kind of
Christian, yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, and I'm from Virginia. And so then I would tell people, like, we don't celebrate Easter in the Mormon church. Which, to be fair, I mean, we don't even go to church on Sunday a lot of the time because it's conference. But
Wait, because it's conference?
we don't go to, like, and there's not like an Easter service. It's like
right.
conference. Which, for those of you that don't know, conference is like 2 times a year where the LDS church has, like, the prophet and his apostles and, like, general authorities, which could be, it's kind of like the point into the triangle. Like, there's people who are important.
And they
speak.
And
Yeah.
counsel to the members.
Did you ever like General Conference?
No. I mean, like, there were like times where, like, when I was 12 or 13, like, our young men's group in our church, we all drove out here for conference, so it was like a fun trip. Or like there was that one time was it backflips you were offering to do for the kids?
I can't do backflips,
okay.
So it was front flips. Well, it was just like a front handspring, which is like...
But then someone just gave us a ticket.
Yeah.
No street performance required.
Yes. No, I had to do a front flip for one.
Did you?
Yeah, because we were trying to get like 3 tickets, and we're white. It was like our Latino friends were like, they just gave it to us. We just said, we came all the way from Argentina.
And we drove all the way up from Provo.
Yeah. No, I had to do a front flip once. I mean, I think they were upset because I said I would do like a front flip on the sign. And I think they assumed I was going to do like something amazing. And I just did like a little like,
It's just a front flip, you guys.
Yeah. But yeah, that was fun. Yeah, conference. So it's like, it's now they changed the Saturday night session to not just be, because it used to be like priesthood. And then like the Saturday before it was like Relief Society.
Oh.
But then people got mad because they're like, why can't we? Is it a secret? Why can't we go to the priesthood one?
You don't want to.
So now it's all combined now, and it's just an additional 5th session. So fun.
That's what they call it.
It's called the fun session. But ironically, I wanted to talk about General Conference, but I have nothing. I didn't watch it, so I have nothing to talk about. I watched the first session.
Might be the end of the topic.
I just want to talk about what it is.
Well, like, we just moved into this place, as you know, and in our previous neighborhood, we were right next to where conference took place.
Yeah.
And so,
yes,
like, normally I know when General Conference is because I think, don't leave my neighborhood. There'll be no street parking for me to return to. So this was great. I didn't even know General Conference was happening.
Nice. Must be nice.
Yeah.
Kinsley's family does like a ritual. It's kind of fading away, so we did it just on the Saturday morning section, like ritual, not a ritual, but it's like they have breakfast together. It's really nice. So we did that Saturday morning, and I fell asleep, and then Sunday we actually went to a Catholic mass for Easter.
I've never done that.
You've never been to a mass?
No.
Is it mass or mast?
I've only been to one other church service, and that was on the mission. And it was the best because it was a church from Brazil called Padre Superior.
Wait.
And it was one of those ones where they like cast demons out of you during the show. I don't know what to call it. Service. And so it was kind of wild. I loved it.
Did you just go on a Sunday as missionaries, just after church?
No, so we had told people we were going with investigators, but we actually were going with a recent convert who just really wanted to show us what this church was like.
Cool.
It was pretty different.
Was it in Brazil?
No, this was actually when I was in Montevideo.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was huge. It was like a...
Was it like a mega church? They have someone flying?
No one was flying, but they did do exorcisms on the stage, so people were like writhing around.
Oh my gosh!
Also a band. They also walked through the aisles and would exorcise you if you wanted it. If you had to stand like this, if you stood with your arms at your side, then they would leave you alone. So did you
guys have like your missionary tags on too?
Become friends.
Did you go with your tags?
No, we were like P-Day.
Ryan, you know on P-Day, you're supposed to have your tags on.
Hold on. That's why I was like, wait. We were in like P-Day clothes. Or like, we might have taken them off when we went inside.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, P-Day is your day, quote, day off on the mission. I'm not bitter at all.
Play day.
I think it stands for planning.
I think it's like
preparation. Prep, plan, play, whatever. But it's not a real day. You don't actually have a day off because it's just until 6. And it's actually, you still do your morning studies. So it's actually, you're supposed to. You were supposed to.
Yeah, you are supposed to.
So I did. And then, so it's from 11 to 6. That's the only time you get to like get your life together. Email your family, buy groceries, do your laundry. We would play soccer, football.
Yes, we would.
I mean, that's the part I enjoyed. Or like we'd have like an event to go to sometimes. When oh my gosh, we went to like did I ever tell you when I was in Cardona or like Florencio Sanchez that they were like, hey, we're going to the zoo, and we were in a town in the middle of nowhere. And so we had to get like on a bus, and it was a 45-minute bus to the other town. And once we got to the other town to meet those missionaries, we got on another bus to go to this other town 45 minutes later. So again, our days are limited. So 2-hour bus ride to go to this zoo, and it was
How was the zoo?
It was apparently a ceramic zoo, which what the F is even that? And
it's like a wax museum kind of thing.
It was, if you can imagine, like if you yourself with no talent stirred up a thing of concrete and tried to create a monkey or a lion and then paint it, that's what it was. It was the most, was I upset? Yes, I was. But I was mostly excited to get out of that tiny little town with, at that point I had a horrible companion. But it was just like, I was a little bit more excited when I heard it was a zoo.
Say, some places you might serve your mission, there are cool museums and attractions and things to go to on your P-Day.
No.
We didn't have a lot of that.
We went to a museum in Fray Ventos. It was about a factory that I guess nothing happened. They just went out of business. But all the stuff, and that's the thing about Uruguay, it is already a time machine to the past in a lot of ways. So when you're at the museum, you're like, wow, these stuff seems so old. And then you look at like the dates on it and you're like, oh, this was 1987. Like, it looks like this typewriter Well, like, was this from like the 1920? Oh no, 1987. That's what they were using still here. Like,
No, it is crazy.
and then I was all. I mean, I was bitter. Not bitter. I was pretentious about it too because I'm from Virginia. So I grew up with history in my backyard, and I'm like, 1987 is not history, okay? But no, there wasn't a lot to do in Uruguay on P days. Maybe Montevideo. I was never in
There was
Montevideo.
more.
Yeah.
I went to a couple museums that were like pretty cool. I went to the Solis Theater. I did that on 1 week when we decided to have a second P day.
Oh my gosh. Here's the thing. I feel like if you would have had so much more fun on the mission if you decided your own rules.
Which I didn't do entirely, but here and there.
You went and saw a movie on your mission.
I did
You're not supposed to do that either.
twice. Yeah, we saw The Hobbit and we saw which like wasn't as good as we'd hoped. And we saw the like fifth Paranormal Activity
Oh my
movie,
gosh.
which was crazy because that night my companion, like he must have had a nightmare or something, but he was like facing the room and then just all of a sudden started screaming and I flew back against the wall. I was like, what is going on? But he swears that he saw a woman on top of the dresser. When he blinked, she was in his face. And I was like, okay, no more movies.
You're like, I can handle this. You can't.
Exactly. You just gotta know to befriend the demon. Like
Yeah. No, I never saw. Okay, so one time on my mission, we were at someone's house. This is my first area. And they were watching Anaconda. And I felt so guilty because I lingered.
like the sci-fi channel movie.
Yeah. It was like on their TV in their house. And like we went there to go like drop something off. And then we sat and like shared. But like definitely didn't turn off the TV as we were sharing. And we were supposed to ask them to turn it off. But I was new. And my trainer companion certainly wasn't going to ask him to turn off the TV. And then he, of course, was like, he sat and watched. And then I was like, okay, I'll sit and watch too, I guess. And I enjoyed it. But I told him after, did I tell you this? And I was like, Elder, we really shouldn't be doing that. And I like guilt tripped him about it. And let me point out too, we went
Elder Olsen.
to paint a picture of how righteous I was. Harry Potter 7 came out in November 2010. Harry Potter 7 Part 2 came out summer of 2011. We went on our mission in like May of 2011. So we just missed it.
Wait,
Part 2.
that one was out before we left?
Yeah, I saw it in theaters.
No, it was just Part 2 we hadn't seen.
There's just Part 2 we hadn't seen, and there was advertisements everywhere about it in Uruguay, and I really wanted to see it. I didn't until I got back, and it was kind of, the hype had died.
I watched a really terrible pirated copy. It was really bad. It kind of ruined it for me.
Did you buy it at the border of Brazil?
I want to say yes. Yeah, I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I was back to the border again in Beijingyang. I like to call it exile. Cause
Yes.
nobody. We were in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. That's how I felt in Cardona. That tiny, tiny town. Did you have a war?
Like the opposite
Sides of the country, yeah.
Southwest, and I was in the north.
Did you have a branch or was it a ward?
It was a branch, and we shared with the other two missionaries, and there was the four of us, and we weren't near any of the other zones.
At least you had the other two. It was just me and my companion where we were at.
That is true. That's kind of how that whole
Area.
zone was.
Yeah, the zone was like, it's always interesting. I think this happens in a lot of missions, like the more wealthy areas, the church isn't as established because people.
Because it also was like a pretty touristy area for the country.
Yeah. So they say this. They say the humbler the people, the more the church thrives. And I like to think the more educated the people, the more they don't care. Like, but so I was in like a more like a thriving area, kind of. Colonia is thriving. I was in like a dot city an hour out of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cardona. It's, if you look up Cardona on a map, you won't find it actually, but it's in Uruguay. It's real small. But kind of going back to what you're saying, like, I think it's crazy you've never gone to another church outside that one experience.
Yeah.
But we did. In high school, I like taught at a place called CYT, which is a Christian youth theater. And we had it like at so we had it at Baptist churches, and then we had this other, like, one was non-denominational. That one was my favorite because I go to their services on Sunday just to like have fun, and like people from CYT, these were their churches, so none of them came to my church. They all thought I was weird, but I went to theirs. The non-denominational, they had like a band and a coffee shop. I remember thinking the coffee shop was slightly.
My best friend, she worked at the coffee shop inside her
at church.
Yeah,
and
crazy.
which to Mormons is like so crazy because we don't even like, we think coffee. We literally see coffee as alcohol. Like, it's like having a bar inside a church to us. Which, so, but I think secretly I definitely judged them for it, but I like the idea of it. Because I had my first. Have I talked to you about my coffee experiences?
No.
I had my first pumpkin spice latte at 13, and I was like, "Wow, I like this." At that point, I was rebelling. I hadn't gone to church in a couple of years, and then when I went back at 16, I was like, "Goodbye, pumpkin spice latte. I shall never meet you again."
Coffee's never difficult for me because I hate it.
I know.
I've never liked it.
I love it so
I hold
much.
my breath. Sometimes even still when I walk past the coffee beans in a store.
Which is crazy because a lot of times people say, "I hate the taste of coffee, but I love the smell of it." But you like the smell.
No,
But you hate the smell.
all of it.
But you like mate, which is what they drink in Uruguay.
And honestly, like, it wasn't
It's
a
gross.
gross taste, but I drank it the last 2 weeks of my mission. Because we weren't supposed to drink mate on the mission, but
You only drank, so
I
you
wanted a Guayshin to prepare it for me, so I have authentic mate.
you only drank it the last 2 weeks though.
Yeah.
Good for you. I assumed you drank it the whole time. Well, and the rule behind why we couldn't drink it.
To all the time, but
Well, we weren't allowed to drink it, not because this is where like the word of wisdom gets contradictory in the church, because mate apparently is fine, but missionaries we couldn't drink it.
it's an herbal tea.
Okay.
Well, because they say you can have herbal teas.
What was the difference between herbal tea and non-herbal
Most
tea?
herbal teas are not caffeinated, so that's where mate's different. Because mate's like extra caffeinated.
Yeah, it's really caffeinated. But what is an herbal tea? What is the definition of an herbal tea? With herbs? Isn't all tea have herbs?
I don't think so. Some are leaves.
Wait, aren't leaves a type of herb? What is the definition of herb?
I'm not an herbologist. I don't know.
Okay. Well, like, so you can't have coffee or black or green tea. Don't know why. Then you can't have alcohol, illegal drugs, obviously,
The illegal.
tobacco, but popping pills, you can do that all you want. Prescribed?
The prescription.
Yes. All you want. And then no. It says the one that people just woefully forget is like the meat, you eat meat sparingly. But I think it's because
Everything in moderation.
everything in moderation. But we're just, people in the church are just so, it's hard for us to use like critical thinking. And so we have to be told yes or no. And it's like, just tell me. So the no's, we're like, yay. And then don't do that as much. We're like, that means yes. And so we
If it's
just,
not a concrete no, then it's okay.
and then if it is a concrete no, we will not drink it and we will judge you for drinking it. Even if like, it's not that bad for you. And I say this with like a little bit of bitterness because I drink coffee all the time. And I used to be judged.
My favorite, when we lived together at, what's it called, Concord?
Yeah.
You would go to, I want to say it was the Maverick, and you were like, there's a machine that says hot chocolate, and then there's one that says coffee, and there's one that just says caramel. So I tell myself it's hot chocolate, but it's probably coffee.
Well, the amount of like what is it? Like the justifying gymnastics that I did to drink coffee until finally I was dating my girlfriend, and also like I was the elders quorum president, so I felt massive guilt around it. And I would always say it, I'd be like, I drink it way too much. I should stop drinking coffee. And she got annoyed, and she's like, one of two things. Do you feel bad for drinking coffee? I'm like, not really, but I feel bad because she's like, I'm like, no, I don't. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's better than energy drinks, which people pound, or a big one now is pre-workout. People like can't like do anything without that. Yeah. So I'm like, no, I actually think it's a natural caffeine. She's like, well, then either stop drinking it because you feel bad, or stop feeling bad about it. Like just one of the two, because you're obnoxious right now. She didn't say that, but that's how I interpreted it. And since then, I've had no problems, and I drink it every day.
Well, good.
Yes.
I think I was like 12 when I came home from a friend's house, and I told my mom, oh my gosh, why do we never drink iced tea? I just had it at the neighbors, and it's so good. And my mom was like, do you not pay attention in church at all? And yeah, that's what I learned. That we're not
supposed to drink tea. Well, I had tea for the first time in kindergarten, because I remember it distinctively, because every person had a letter assigned to them. I think there just happened to be 26 people in our class. So the teacher had this fun thing where like everyone was assigned a letter, and on your day you bring in stuff for your letter. And it was usually your last name letter if it didn't double up. So I was O, and I brought oatmeal pies. Okay. Everyone assumed he would bring ice cream, because why wouldn't you bring ice cream? And he brought effing iced tea, and we all drank some, and I was like, this tastes gross. And I told my mom about it. My mom was like, oh, hey, yeah, we don't drink that. I'm like,
you're like,
oh,
good riddance.
Yeah, this is disgusting.
Because as soon as I didn't really drink tea again after that until I started working at the movie theater, and then I was like, oh, I'll just have like iced tea out of our fountain thing.
Yeah. I had iced tea in high school. Sometimes when I was going through my rebellious stage, by the way, and cussing. But I never did alcohol or drugs.
I didn't do anything in high school or whatever.
Yeah.
I was a pretty good kid, actually.
I drink tea, so I was rebellious. But I just don't like it. I think it's gross. And I think mate's gross on that note, too.
I just love tea. I don't know. I know, I'm like weird. I hate coffee, and then I love tea.
Yeah, you're very British. Look at you.
I wish it came with an accent.
But, yeah, word of wisdom. It's interesting. We can have a whole episode on that, so shan't go into that right now.
Yeah, or we could just send the missionaries to your house.
But anyway, I think, wow. What I was saying is that I used to go to the different churches. They had a coffee shop in their church, so I thought that church was cool, even though I secretly judged them. And they played music. And the Baptist church is what's big there. In Virginia, at least the part of, like, there were so many Baptist churches, at least the part of town that I'm from, and they had like a sermon, and they had like my God is an awesome God, and they'd be like, the youth would be like, I remember they had like posters that were like, and they were like dark, like I felt like very, like it was all about how God healed them, and it was like insecure about my looks, powerful with my individuality, like they'd flip it over, but one was like physically abused, and I was like, oh. And then they'd be like empowered by God's freedom, and I was like, oh, I don't think that one's done yet. I think you should keep working on that one. But I mean, I was like, good on you guys.
I mean, it's like, kudos to them.
But I've gone to a Catholic mass a couple times growing up from like my friends, and then we went to a Catholic mass as adults. We went to Palm Sunday in San Francisco. They give you little leaves, palm leaves. But so I've been to mass a couple times. I don't feel equipped to give I don't feel I should give my opinion on how I felt, because I feel like it's fairly similar with the Mormon church, just more ancient. I like the incense. I also like the theatrics of it, and the buildings. The church Catholic buildings are so beautiful.
And the Mormon Church
It's no,
is like. Do you know any architects?
I mean, even their temples. I'm sorry, they do look really pretty on the outside, but they're very
Not all of them. There are some that genuinely are like cool,
beautiful.
Yeah.
But it also is just like they're very. The Mormon Church is very big on like longevity and practicality. So like the Mormon Church, they're like, let's kids touch walls, so let's put hair, like fuzzy hair, like it's like burlap on the bottom of all the walls.
The worst.
And then so that like when we move furniture and chairs around, let's also put this wooden paneling across the middle of the wall. And let's put a gym in like the middle and the chapel here and make things, I don't know, it's just like it's very structurally like logical, but it's not pretty. Like I would never, and people get married there and have their wedding receptions there. I'm like, you guys could try a little harder at making this look not hideous.
I have seen some people like really transform like a cultural hall, the gym, whatever.
No, I mean, it's a gym.
But yeah, like I didn't have my wedding there.
Yeah. No, it's like a thing in the Mormon Church. I mean, if you get married young, it's free. That's the thing. It's free. So a lot of times, like I know with my frugal brain, like when I was younger, I was like, why would you not get married to the church? And
It's like my cousin used to say, and my wedding will be a potluck.
my brother's wedding was a potluck. I gotta say, it slapped. It was pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah, because in the Virginia, like everyone just makes their favorite dish. But like they were kind of my brother and this is my oldest brother. I feel like they kind of leaned into the fact that they're like, we want this to be cheap. Like they were like all about it.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
I've been to plenty of Mormon church weddings out here that fall under that category.
Well, and I'd rather have a potluck than like here's some Costco cookies. What does happen?
Yeah, no, I literally,
Because people, when you get married young, they're just like,
with water. Like that's it.
yep. But
And you can stand in a line for 12 hours to like take a picture with the.
oh my
bridegroom.
gosh, don't even get me effing started on the line in Utah.
Yeah, I was like, we will not be having a line at our wedding.
I was so confused when I first went to a wedding with a line. I like invited. It was a Mormon wedding, right? So you just bring your friend who's not invited because who cares? They're gonna serve cookies. And I was so confused. I was like, what's going on? Like the line was out the door into the parking lot, and I'm like, why is there like a fire inside? Why aren't people just walking inside to this wedding? So we stood in the line.
Oh, no.
And so a line, what it is in Utah, that the wedding party stands at the entrance of like the cultural hall or whatever, and people stand in line to greet them one by one as they walk into the reception. And that might sound nice, but it's not. And here's why. Because it takes hours. Hours. Because also a Mormon wedding, you just invite your entire ward and stake. And so then there's hundreds of people showing up. And so
It's their event for the weekend.
right? It's their event for the weekend. You only have the cultural hall until 9 because then there's the Boy Scout meeting after.
Right.
And so then like you have to like it just I've been to so many weddings where there was a line that like they're in the line until like half an hour before the reception's over, and then in a half an hour you have to cut the cake, do the rings, like cut the cake, do the bouquet, do all these things, do the first dance. Like I'm like, what has happened? It's like the worst like thing ever. And then everybody who got there on time is waiting 2 hours for this line to end.
Yeah. Or potentially they don't do all those things, and literally the reception was a line.
Yeah.
Able to get pictures, have a cookie, and then it's over.
Yeah, that's it. That's the end of your wedding? Why did you even have a wedding?
Yeah. Yeah. I've been to one where like the only decoration in the gym even was like one backdrop to take the picture in front of, and then like nothing else.
Yeah, they suck so bad.
Yeah.
Like to me, a wedding is like a celebration. Like there's got to be a dance party. It's got to be like good food. Everyone like also.
If I don't have the money, like personally, I would have rather thrown a house party for my wedding than like have done something like that.
That's yeah. Well, and also like it's very big. It's cultural then to like It's very much the parents paid for and ran the wedding, and it's like it's very performative of like, look at my children, and it's all about the people. And the reason why people do it still is because they want all their parents' friends to give them gifts, and apparently there's like a whole ritual of like kiss the Godfather ring when they like, you have to say hi to them, because heaven forbid someone bring a gift to a wedding and they can't stand in a line. Like,
Honestly, if I bring you a gift, that should be my get out of line pass.
right. Like I'm just like at a wedding too, isn't it? I know it's like about the bride and groom. It's notorious. I actually like what your sister did at her wedding. It's notorious that they never eat and they like are constantly being bombarded. And so your sister's husband, groom, at the reception was like, so it's always known that the bride and groom don't get to eat at their own reception. So before we serve the food, we will be going to eat first, and we have 15 minutes that no one can talk to us. Like, I thought that was genius.
No, it was super smart. I made sure to like try the food at my wedding because I had heard this as well. But I think I ate like half of a Monte Cristo that I had, and one of the tacos, and that was it. Yeah, you
just get busy
talking to people. Yeah,
which I think is fine. But imagine if there's a line. That would make it.
That would just be. The line doesn't make sense, especially because every bride and groom I've spoken to that's had a line, they hated it. They hated it to like appease their parents or their grandparents or something. Right. And it's like,
well, and for
cut it.
Our friend's wedding, we were his groomsmen, and so for some reason, we were in the line. Like we were in the greeting party, and it's like, hi, my friend's new wife's aunt's like stepsister. We don't want to be talking to each other. Why are we being forced to do this? Like, yeah. Oh my gosh, sorry. I've been ranting.
Switch of topic. Need to explain some things about how last episode I was defending Jen Shaw.
So you've gone on.
So I've continued watching.
You're on season 4 now, so Jen is now in jail.
I just feel that I need to recant my statement. I don't feel that I can support this person. Look, she was great television, right? And like obviously a criminal, but like there's lots of criminals on TV. But I just saw the episode where Heather has a black eye, and then I forced you, of course, to tell me who gave it to her because impatient.
Which honestly, I'm glad I did because I would have liked to have known earlier than the show tells you. But go ahead.
Yeah, but right there, learning it was Jen. Like for me, that was just the end. Like no, did it already seem like Heather and Jen were in an abusive relationship? Sure, but it was like
it was verbally abusive, not physically at that point.
Right, and a little like emotionally maybe as well. And, not that those are like less detrimental, especially like the younger you are. Like I think their mental abuse could be worse, but
I think physical abuse. I think it's safe to say that it's worse.
I mean, yes.
There's levels, but they're both above really bad.
Yeah, I mean, like, physical abuse is just like zero tolerance.
Yeah,
there's no room for it. There's no excuse. Like,
right.
Lacking intelligence, is that why you have to like rely on this?
Yeah.
And so now I can completely understand why people wouldn't want her back on the show, and I support this decision.
Yeah, I mean, even we watched that episode together too. Like right before that even happened on that episode. Like, there's just, I'm sure therapists could watch this show and be like, they should use her as like textbook. Like, this is what a manipulative, abusive person is like.
That's so true.
Like, what was it that she was saying? They were trying to just address her about her behavior on something. And then out of nowhere, she was like, I tried to kill myself,
Yeah.
It's like,
we're like confronting her on something and she wasn't able to
and I guess
very clear, and I think she felt trapped, and then she threw that off.
Right. When I think it was related to like Heather was friends with someone who was married to someone who bullied her online. So I guess it did make circle of her being like, because she was obviously in her Jen Shaw fashion is like ultimatum. Don't be friends with that person. You're either friends with her, you're friends with me. You're gonna pay her. That's how she be. And it's like, I don't have to choose friends. Like, I'm sorry. that happened to you. You know what? I tried to kill myself. It just like.
I also love too that she's telling her she has to choose when like, and I only just barely started season 4, but Monica has revealed herself, and the drama already seems to be pretty good. But she's saying that like Jen never had a nice thing to say about Heather, which is crazy because like she always acted like Heather and her were so close. You know?
Well, Heather even, I mean, the best thing about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is they keep their receipts on everything.
I can't wait for this episode.
No, but she'll say, you were talking about me to so-and-so in the hot tub. And she says, that didn't happen. Her in the hot tub. So it's like, you don't think, you guys, they hold reunion shows to talk about how you lied. So do you guys not put the pieces together that you can't lie when they record your lives? And so Heather like addressed her about that. She said, you were talking trashed about me to everybody in the hot tub. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I tried to kill myself. Like, just like deflect. It's also, I told you this, it reminded me of that episode of The Office where Kelly, is that her name?
Kelly Kapoor.
Yeah, Mindy Kaling's
my
character.
Favorite character.
She's
my favorite.
she's framing Jim and Dwight, putting a fake review on them so they don't get their bonus. And then she's caught, and she's like, I was raped. And then Steve Carell's character, Michael's like, now, Kelly, every time you have to have a hard conversation, you can't just say you were raped.
That's Michael Scott.
Right. Yes. So that just reminded me when Jen Shaw's like, I tried to commit suicide. I'm just like, wow. And then later that same episode, they're like, we had hard conversations. And Whitney's like, oh, do you want to talk about it? They're like, no. And then she sat in silence. She's like, well, since you're forcing it out of me, I tried to kill myself. And he's like,
I literally didn't say anything.
I said nothing. No, Jen Shaw needed to go.
Wild. Well, and that was right after, too, like on the boat, she'd pushed Lisa. And then when Lisa addressed it at the lunch, she's like, I don't remember that. It's like, girl.
Gaslight.
What drugs are you on?
No, she's just a gaslighter. No, she's just a I mean, it makes sense that, like...
I do think she might, like, maybe, like, be a little bit of a narcissist and, like, truly didn't remember the moment because it... Like, the moment was even crazy. Like, Lisa came over to, like, comfort her or something, and then all of a sudden she's, like, mad at Lisa. Like,
I don't know. I like to... Yes, maybe she did forget the moment. I don't like to let people off that hook. So I just think... They know what they're doing. I mean, she's literally in jail for fraud. She knows how to manipulate and to gaslight a situation to a professional level that the FBI had to get involved to make her stop. So with her friends, she's like, these people are amateurs. Yeah.
Well, to the point that, like, she literally kept telling them she's innocent, was so adamant about it, and then she'd be like, guilty when she got there.
Yeah.
Like, this is crazy. I didn't know that.
I think to this day, she had like an interview recently, and she's still claiming, she's like, I had to plead guilty to lower my sentence, but I'm not guilty. I'm like, I don't think you can say that when you pled guilty.
Right. If you plead guilty, then I'm not really going to believe you.
Right.
Sorry, even if it was strategy. And maybe that's just because, like, I think, and maybe I'd be wrong if I was facing that situation, though I don't plan on it. But I think I would maintain my innocence if I knew I was innocent. Like, I would not profess guilt.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I would.
I don't know. Good luck, girl.
Yeah. Good luck.
Change.
I hope I never run into you.
On your own. That's how I always feel, though. Like, if somebody's wronged me, for the most part, it's like, I don't want to say that I hold a grudge because I don't feel like I do. Like, I feel like I let it go and I'm good. But at the same time, and like, I believe you as a person, but at the same time, I don't want them around me. Like,
yeah.
I believe in you. Good for you. Go change as a person and go make new friends and have a different life because I still don't want you around me.
Yeah. Remember, like, what is it that your mom tried to teach you? And she's like, Ryan, sometimes you just gotta let things go. And you're like, yes, I'm letting these people go. They need to. I need them to be gone. Yeah. Go away.
Like, No, it's true. Sometimes I think she just wants me to let go of a situation. And I'm like, if I let go of the person, then there's no more of those situations.
Like you're chopping branches. I'm getting the root and just chucking it out of
We're
here.
just done with this. There's no sequel. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I'm happy for your adventure. You gotta tell me how you think of season 4. So now Angie's a main character or a main cast member, not just a friend.
Angie. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But not H. The other Angie.
Angie H, I think, is gone forever.
Oh, now.
At least
after this?
I don't think she comes back.
Okay.
But then you have Monica now.
She seemed drama, honestly. It was like interesting to me that. To me, my perspective seems that like Heather's one of the less drama people, but that she was like such good friends with Angie H, who literally seemed to be causing so much drama, and her husband, crazy, absolutely wild.
The fact that he's a grown ass man making a fake account to troll Jen Shaw.
Right. I honestly like good for him for owning up to it because I don't know if I could have.
I would not admit to that.
I'd be like, you know what, this was a mistake, and no one's gonna know.
Yes. Not only did he like admit to it, he admitted to it on television.
Right. I'm like, I don't know. Just, I mean, I guess good. I don't know. Like, good for you. I guess.
Their lives just seem so messy.
Yeah.
Messy. But Monica's there. Have you met Monica's mother yet?
I think I'm just on like episode 1 of season 4. Maybe
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna like leave that
got
there.
through the reunion.
Leave that there. Was Jen Shaw at the reunion? Or was she arrested by then?
No, because her legal team advised her not to go, but they called her during it.
Yeah.
Yes. And I honestly, Heather and Whitney's fight to me is like a little bit of like a hard eye roll because it just is like the dumbest fight.
I can't remember their fights
they
anymore.
Just, like, to me, I mean, this seems like it's for the same fight that just like isn't ending, and it honestly seems to me like it primarily stems from a miscommunication that like neither one can seem to understand, and it's like they both think the other's lying. And
yeah, it's just I feel like a lot of times with people, I notice that they stand their ground a lot because it's a new thing for them, and they're not used to sticking up for themselves. And I feel like with this fight in particular, they're both doing that, but they don't realize it's not needed right now. Like sometimes resolve is the best answer, not sticking up for yourself and digging your heels in when there's nothing wrong with the situation.
I don't even really remember what's super. Oh, yeah, it was just the story that Whitney told, and then Heather was like, "I didn't hear that." Okay. She may have physically been there. Do you know how often someone might be talking directly to me and I don't hear what they're saying? Like, give me a break. Okay, she didn't remember it. Big deal. Drop it. Let it go. Like,
she's like, you made me look like a fool. And Heather's like, you lost me as a friend.
No, bitch, you lost me.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, gosh.
You lost each other, all right?
We get it.
Just, like, cool off. And it's
that seemed like a fight that should have lasted that night, and the next day they should have been like, I was tired.
Right, but instead, then Whitney made it about
her traumas.
Yes, which, like, suck, but it had nothing to do with that, but she made it about that. And she's like, you threw me into the wall or something, and it's like she kind of just moved you out of her way, and you were drunk and stumbled. But,
that's the thing with not to be that guy, but they teach us in the Mormon Church that's why you shouldn't drink, because the situations get even more messy.
You could always be irresponsible.
Yeah.
I've managed to drink, and I've gone clubbing, and I've managed to never get in a fight somehow.
I don't destroy lifelong friendships based on one small interaction.
And now I have also gone to the club with people who I'm like, oh, you are messy, though. And then I take an Irish exit, which is my favorite thing to do.
Ooh, how good are you at Irish exits?
I'm really good at it, actually. We went to the club one time with this woman, and she was real sloppy. She was, like, in these huge heels and, like, falling all over the place. And she bumped into these guys, and they got pissed. And that's when I said, ooh, Irish exit. So Kyler and I left, and we Snapchat and sent it to my cousin Laura. And I was like, have fun at the club, bye.
Oh my gosh.
Because I think they were all staying the night in a room in a hotel downtown. And, but yeah, after that night, she actually had a conversation with that woman as well about how they wouldn't be friends any longer. So she was like, I can only be friends with people who know how to behave like adults. And that girl got pissed. And then a few years later, she tried to come back and be like, I've matured and I've gotten better and let's be friends. And Laura's like, I'm so happy for you, but I actually think this time apart has been good for us. So let's just and then that pissed her off again, and then she started swearing at her, and I'm just like, yeah, you really changed. Like
That's so interesting. Yeah.
So funny. Anyways,
This episode is brought to you by Boundaries. How to set them and then keep them years later. Another thing I wanted to talk about, I thought we should talk about a little bit about theater and our relationship. Theater. Mainly because we started talking last week about the sister wives. Oh, no. The secret lives of Mormon wives.
No.
And I saw Whitney in Chicago, and she's like blowing up right now, making record sales. And I think that's great.
Yeah, honestly, good for her. She really, like, to me, was like the smartest or one of the smartest girls from the show, because like, look how she's turned her reality show into like a real
Career.
Yeah.
And funny enough, so we saw Chicago. We saw it on Valentine's Day. Apparently, we, meaning my girlfriend and I, Mark Ballas was in the audience. I didn't know that. But he was in the audience because now he's going to be in the show. Have you not seen this?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, that's why he's been all over her story.
So he's going to
I
be...
was like, oh, is he just hanging out? That's cool.
He's like, I got nothing better to do.
Oblivious.
No, he's going to be Billy Flynn, which... How do you know Chicago?
I've seen the movie.
Okay, cool. So you know Billy Flynn is like the lawyer character.
Yes.
Okay. So he's going to play Billy Flynn.
Okay.
And she's going to play Roxy. So
That's
it's
cool.
like...
They already have great chemistry.
Right. So then everyone's like, oh my gosh. And it's going to make even more money, which good for Chicago for making money. Good for Broadway for making money. But I told you about like how I thought about the show and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's pretend like I didn't, because we're going to talk about it again.
Please share.
Yes. So Chicago, I had never seen it on Broadway. I saw my girlfriend's sister's high school production. You did great. But the Broadway show was a bit more advanced. But not as big as I thought it was going to be based on the movie. Like, even like the Cell Block Tango number, I imagine there being like cell blocks, and there wasn't. There was just 6 girls in chairs. And then like the band was on stage, and they did this interesting thing where they sit on chairs on the side. So I don't know if that's... I had a sneaky suspicion that the show's been on Broadway. The revival has been on Broadway since 1997.
It's been on Broadway this whole time.
So yeah, it's like it's those. Currently, it's the longest running show on Broadway. It was Phantom, and then Phantom closed.
I did not realize Chicago was the longest. For some reason, I thought it was The Lion King.
The Lion King's right after. So fun fact. Okay, so
Then Wicked.
maybe yeah. So I think it goes 97, 98, 2003 is Wicked. That's when they came out, and they're still on Broadway.
They've never been off of it.
They've never been off. It's the original production. So, except Chicago. I sound like I'm such a theater nerd. Chicago was on Broadway in the 70s. And it had, obviously, Cheetah Rivera and Gwen Verdon.
Obviously.
Who... Cheetah Rivera was the original Anita on Broadway, and Gwen Verdon was in Damn Yankees, the movie, and a lot of other stuff, but that's like what I know them from.
I didn't know Damn Yankees was a movie. But I've seen it live.
Have you ever heard the song Whatever Lola Wants? Like, whatever Lola... Oh, yeah, we saw Damn Yankees.
Yeah, we saw it.
I mean, back then, everything was a movie. Every musical was a movie. Anyway, not important. I feel like I just had to say that. Like, have you ever seen Schmigadoon?
I've seen like 2 or 3 episodes.
Okay. Not to get off track, but there's a part in it where she's just like, I don't want to tell you this, but I also really want to show off of how much I know about musical theater. So that's what I feel like I'm doing right now. But that show was a big flop on Broadway in the 70s.
Okay.
It did not do well. It was Bob Fosse originally choreographed it, but it was a flop. It closed. Ahead of its time, maybe there.
Scandalous.
Maybe, yeah. But I mean, that was the time. I mean, Cabaret had just won the Oscar.
Oh, well.
So it was very much of its time. But it just didn't do well. Who knows? Ahead of its time. Let's just say
I've
that.
seen Cabaret.
Oh, you should.
I know.
It's wild.
No.
Yeah. I've seen the movie, but I digress. So they revived it in 1997, and the revival had, oh my gosh, what's her name? Anne Ranking. She just recently passed away, which I say that out loud. It recently might have been within the last 5 years. But she just passed. She choreographed it, kind of based off of Bob Fosse's choreography. And this production, the revival, is what's been on Broadway and still on Broadway. Okay. And it's outlasted the original, and it's, I think, the longest running revival ever to be on Broadway. And it's now, I think it's the second longest show on Broadway after Phantom of the Opera. Maybe there's another one in there. I don't know.
How long was Phantom of the Opera?
Forever. Like, that came out in the late 80s, so like 10 years earlier, and then it just got off Broadway 2020. So, oh my gosh, 6 years ago. Phantom of the Opera? Have you seen the movie?
No.
Okay.
Honestly, that one didn't seem to super interest me, and a lot of people love it, but to me, it's giving main character energy, and I hate that.
Wait.
Do you not know that?
I do not know what you're talking about.
I feel like a lot of people are kind of like this, but I'm one of them. I dislike the main character.
Oh, yeah.
Like almost all the time. It's the reason I hate the Salt Lake Temple, because it's like all over everything. It's like,
so you hate what's
Pikachu's the worst Pokemon, but Raichu.
So you hate like mainstream.
But which isn't like necessarily true either, because there are a ton of mainstream things I really enjoy, like in terms of like music and movies and stuff. It's just like always the main character that tends to drive me crazy. I don't know. Not always.
Yeah, like you don't like Harry Potter, but you like Ron and Hermione.
Yeah, but especially Hermione.
Okay, cool. Yes. Okay. Yeah, Phantom of the Opera was like.
McGonagall.
Do you like Les?
I always love a supporting character. I guess.
Do you like Les Mis?
No, Greg. I remember.
Because Les Mis is very main character energy too.
Oh my gosh. I haven't been able to finish the film. We tried to watch it once.
Well, the film is not great.
And after Russell Crowe finished his song, so very early on, we turned it off and watched The Princess Bride instead. But then we saw the Sarah Theater in Orem do it.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it much more than the film. But I just don't love it. And the music for me is not it. So
yeah,
this isn't my favorite. It's really depressing. That's not to say I don't like sad musicals, but you love them.
Yes, I do. That's one of the things when you found out that I was a theater kid. So I grew up working at like a dinner theater. Like I did every production from age 16 to 18, which is for a year. In the ensemble. I was never good enough to be a lead. I was understudy a couple of times, but never made it there. Anyway, but I was just a big theater kid, and and I introduced to theater. So
I started getting into theater in high school. I never did it because I had such stage fright back then. But then I worked at a movie theater in high school as well.
That's different. Different.
Right. But there were a few musicals that came out during that time. But they were all happy ones, like Hairspray and Mamma Mia, which I would learn that you hate.
Yes. I don't hate. I just don't think there's anything of substance.
But then post-mission life, in my third life,
third act.
You and Angie introduced me to a lot of theater.
Yeah. The sad ones.
Obsessed with it.
I remember because you were like, you like theater, Hairspray, and I'm like, I hate that show.
Well, and I've always loved to sing, and so of course I would love Broadway.
Yeah. Yes. So we Les Mis, let me just stop there. Les Mis, and I grew up with Les Mis and Fan of the Opera. My mom was also the one that we had those soundtracks and just listened to them a ton. But Les Mis is probably one of my favorite shows of all time, which tracks because Mormon. Like, if in Utah, here's why I like Les Mis. It brings together the divide of Utah. Mormons love Les Mis, and liberals love theater, thus loving Les Mis. So the liberals of Utah and the Mormons of Utah come together for Les Mis. We saw, I've seen a lot of the Broadway touring shows in Salt Lake, and when Les Mis came, all it took was the opening, like, bum, bum. And the crowd, it was like it was a Beatles concert. Everyone was like, yeah. Like, it was crazy. I was like, wow, Utah, they love their Les Mis here.
I just don't get the hype about Les Mis.
It's a story about a man finding God, so that's why people love it. That's why Christians love
I
it.
still can't relate.
So that's why it's about a guy trying to find goodness and his journey of finding of forgiveness, and then it just has great music. That's why theater people like it. It does have great music. Whereas Fan of the Opera has good music, but the story's kind of like, ooh. Like, I watch it with my girlfriend. Loved The Phantom growing up, and we rewatched it recently, and she's like, "Oh no, he's messed up." Like, she's like, "I felt bad for him as a kid," and now I'm like, "No, man."
And who's in that one?
Gerard Butler and Emmy Rossum.
That's why that adds to everyone loving him.
Oh.
That and P.S. I Love You.
Okay, but. I could talk about theater for a very long time, and it's the nerdy side of me. I think it gives Kinsley the ick, honestly. I asked her, I want to go see more theater, and I always ask her if she wants to come, and she's just like, no, thank you. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll see it by myself.
I love it. Well, I want to see, I want to go see the show you didn't make the cut.
Oh, Joseph.
Because I've never seen it before.
Yeah, it's a fun show. That's a good one to see. I saw it at the TuaCon with David Archuleta.
I'm so jealous.
I'm sorry. It was great. And it was also like, because it's not that gay. Is gay coded a word? Is that like a phrase?
Gay coded?
Yes.
Sure.
But it's supposed to be Christian because it's a Bible story. But it's like Les Mis. The Christians and the liberals come together because it's a Bible story, but he's wearing a rainbow coat, guys. Let's figure this out. And so with David Archuleta, he had just come out of the closet, and there's like, he walked up a rainbow staircase. Like, I think this is symbolic of him accepting himself. Yeah. It was great. My friend cried. She was like, he's had such a big year.
I love him. I've seen him 3 or 4 times in concert.
Yeah. David Archuleta's like
And I was tricked. I thought I was going to a concert, but it was just BYU's homecoming that he would sing like 3 or 4 songs at, mostly not normal songs.
Like church songs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. You and David, I mean, your hope is to meet him someday still, yeah?
Yes, I would love to meet him.
Yep.
It's the only season of American Idol I watched, and it was so random. I just happened to watch it. But then I didn't really like American Idol, so I didn't keep watching it. I just love David. So I would all of my straight friends would be like, "Oh, I have a man crush on Brad Pitt," or something like that. And I would be like, "I have one on David Archuleta." And
you're like, "Wait, it was a real crush."
After a few times to say that, my cousin was like, "I think you might have a crush on David Archuleta." I was like, "Oh, I gotta stop saying this."
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. You guys have a lot. I mean, he was like a Mormon celebrity. Because he's really like the only, I mean, besides the Osmonds of the 70s, he's really like the only, like, he was practicing for a very long time and still into his fame. But it doesn't, like, and that's why, I mean, sadly, I think that's why he didn't become very famous, because a lot of Mormon culture frowns upon the celebrity life. If you're Mormon side, I don't think you become a celebrity. Am I wrong in thinking that?
No, I think you're right. I mean, like, if you think of the other celebrities who are Mormon, like they're not really
Right. No, they're not. That's the thing. They or raised it or there's, I mean.
But after reading David's book, there are a few reasons I think he didn't like, because I think he might have been able to, but he just had a lot of family like problems, and his dad was like trying to be his manager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he really leaned into the church, which certainly did not help with becoming
Right.
a celebrity.
Well, and also I'm just thinking like you guys should meet someday because your stories are very paralleled.
I would literally love it. Well, I listened to his book, which was great because he read it. No, I would love it. Like listening to his book, I felt like there were a lot. I could relate to a lot of the feeling behind it, although different circumstances. My family's crazy too, but in a different way. Yeah, just different members of my family.
Yeah. But imagine if you would have won American Idol and your family was catapulted into that. How would they?
Oh my gosh, no, it probably would have been similar.
Your immediate family's fine though. That's the thing. His immediate family wasn't
all
fine.
The chaos of everything that goes on in that kind of like lifestyle. It's like anything could happen, and you never know who around you is going to be like diseased by the idea of fame.
Right.
Yeah.
Could be anybody.
Literally.
Like yeah, but.
Should we do our mission moment?
Yeah, let's do mission moments. Okay,
right.
I have a mission moment. Well, sorry, I'm gonna open it up to have a discussion because I have a lot of mission moments, but I thought why not go chronologically and talk about our time, not just in the MTC, but specifically on the Saturdays where we had to go into the streets of Buenos Aires. And preach.
I'll just share my first Saturday. It was the most impactful.
Okay.
We were in the Argentina MTC. And we were there for 9 weeks to learn Spanish, those of us who didn't speak it. And so on Saturdays, we would get on a bus, and they would drop us off somewhere in the middle of Buenos Aires and be like, meet back here at 4.
It was actually
back to the MTC.
It was 6:30 actually.
Was it 6:30?
It was.
Oh my gosh.
They dropped us off. They dropped us off at 9 because we got in the bus at 8:30. Dropped us off at 9. Gave us a paper map with our section highlighted.
No cell phones.
Yeah, why did they get? It was 2011. Cell phones were invented.
We didn't even get a cell phone until
The
a year
iPhone was invented.
And it was like a brick Nokia.
Yeah, so no cell phones.
For minutes.
No cell phones, no tracker, a paper map with your other companion. They didn't pair us with people who spoke Spanish.
No, so it's just it pairs two white boys everywhere.
Yeah.
That don't speak Spanish.
Velasquez was not white.
This is true. He still didn't speak Spanish. Yeah, and they be back here at 6:30.
Yeah.
And basically just go try to talk to people and like teach them about the church, like do missionary work.
They taught us 2 sentences. That should be enough.
You can carry your dictionary with you because, in real time.
Paper dictionary.
And, conjugating verbs is just like that in my head at that point. So, anyway, and so we get dropped off.
Can I just say, though?
Saturday.
Not to sound like an old person again, but kids these days can't even make a phone call because it gives them too much anxiety. I think we've overcorrected a little bit from what we had to go through.
Yeah,
but continue, please.
That might be true because, fortunately, I was able to get through this. Also, I'm from a small town, like 10,000 people, not huge. It's California. It's Northern California. My companion was from a small town in northern Utah. I'm guessing closer to like 500 to 1,000 people. So really small.
Really? Is that small?
I think so.
Yeah.
And he was homeschooled, which like you were too, but you got out and about a lot.
Was he
you
homeschooled?
Worked in the dinner theater.
He was homeschooled, Eli?
I think he was.
Oh, interesting. I knew he was very sheltered, which I think in a small town.
Double-check my journal,
I think he's public schooled, but he's from a small town, so the public school is still pretty sheltered.
Maybe it's like a group homeschool.
Yeah.
And in fairness to him as well, his brother was nearly stabbed on his mission in Mexico. So maybe he was like building it up in his head.
Yeah.
Because we get dropped off. I don't know. It's like late afternoon. So we probably only have a few hours before we get picked up. And this guy is kind of like tweaking on the road. His arm is like doing this. And he's kind of like limping a little bit. And he spots us because, you know, it's not hard to see the missionaries. We're like slacks, white shirt, tie, plaque. He starts yelling at us. We don't know what he's saying. We don't know Spanish. And he's like screaming and slurring. And he's kind of chasing us. So we take off running. And we like get a block over, like 2 blocks over. And we think we're like away from him. And he comes flying down the other side of, like, comes around the other block. And is on a bike. So we take off again. We end up losing him after a few blocks, but it like really shook my companion. And like an hour later, we heard that guy's voice again, and we just like turned around and went the other way. But the next day, he hyperventilated and had like a panic attack about it. And I was like, oh my God, what is going on? Yeah, it really stressed him out. Then
oh, so sad. I'm not sure to be laughing.
I give him a blessing, and I was like, I've never done this before. I don't know anything about church. And, so yeah, it was crazy. What was your Saturday like?
I had different companions in the MTC because my first Saturday, my companion, I think I only had him for the first 2 weeks.
I forget McCraney wasn't your companion the whole time.
No, he wasn't. It was another guy, and then I'm so rude last time, but yeah, he missed his mommy. So then I'm only rude because the way he would talk about it just was so insulting to me. He's like, I don't think people get really like close family. And I'm like
no one else does.
or if I don't, like, way to rub it in my face. Like, sorry.
Sorry you're not loved.
Yeah. I'm like, I mean, I seem a lot more put together than you.
It's
so
always crazy to me, too, that, like, he said these things. Because, I wasn't his companion, but from my perspective, he just never spoke.
He was quiet. But he missed his family. And then, so he tried to, like, go home. I also think he did like need to work out his worthiness. And so then he was like gunning to go home, and then they were like, go to Florida. Close enough. So he transferred to Florida, and I guess like the shock of it, and no judgment to this guy except for judgment, just a little judgment. I'm happy he went to Florida, and it being a lot at first, because it is a lot at first. But don't talk to me like I'm dumb. Like, I'm not the one. I may have abandonment issues, but like I at least can like hold myself together.
Yeah.
Until I didn't. Remember that? Until I had a mental breakdown. But we'll get to that another week. But no, so he was my companion for a couple of weeks. I literally have zero memory of our Saturdays. Because I only think we went out one Saturday, because the first week we didn't go out. The second week I went out with him, and then I was switched. I do remember trying to talk to people, and they didn't understand us, and this lady was like, I think she recognized us as missionaries, because I think she must have been a member of the church, and she was just so upset. She was just talking. I mean, we didn't understand a word she said, because it was in Spanish, and we didn't speak Spanish yet, and she was just like almost like, I can't believe how dumb you guys are, or I can't believe the church would allow two people who speak so poorly to be out and about in public. And I just remember her being like, but I remember like we had 2 sentences. This was like, do you want to learn about, we're missionaries to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Would you like to learn more about Jesus Christ in the Book of Mormon? And they would say something, and then we'd be like, we nod and show them a pamphlet.
You're really just kind of like looking for like body language cues and stuff.
And then I'd open my planner and go, appointment.
Next Saturday at the same time.
Like next Saturday, 2? Next Saturday? And then we're going to know so much more Spanish next Saturday. Don't worry.
It would be a lie.
Well, I also, and I do remember my first week having like the harsh reality, because I was like one of those people that's like, we're gonna work hard, because we were out till 6, and I was like, lunch is around like noon or 1 or 2. I was like, we're gonna push through, and we're gonna do lunch like at 2 or 3. And that's when I found out about the siesta, because they gave us a bag lunch, and if you remember from last week, the food was not great. So
Pack lunches were some of the best, though.
I will say it was like a sandwich and some snacks.
Like an alpha whore.
An alpha whore,
Oh, yeah.
which is not the alpha of the whores. It is an actual candy cookie pie.
Yeah, it's like a
Sweetie pie.
hybrid of like a cookie cupcake. Like,
Cookie cupcake from Argentina. Uruguay
I
has
love
them.
it. Full of dulce de leche.
I never liked them. I thought they were gross.
So sad.
Yeah, but I was excited to go to McDonald's, obviously, but it wasn't in my area the first time, so I was like, righteousness, we can't go to McDonald's, but we'll stop by one of these shops. Because of the siesta, though, all the shops close at noon, like shut down from noon to 5, apparently. So no lunch for you. You got it.
Basically noon until we decide to come back. Like,
Yeah, until they want to come back. And I think I was so shocked because not only does like the stores close, but I mean, when stores close, everyone leaves and goes home, and the streets became ghost towns. And like, I just had this image of like, with my American culture brain, is that like there's always going to be a little restaurant or something open in the middle of a Saturday to go sit and eat lunch. Nope. And so we sat finally on like, I just was like, we have to sit here. And we sat like on the curb of a street and ate our sack lunch on the curb of a street, because there was nowhere else to go, like, to eat. I remember that was my first Saturday out there.
I think it was my third Saturday. I was walking along the curb thinking, if I just look away while I'm walking on the edge of the curb, maybe I'll fall off on accident and break my ankle and go home. Like, you can't do that, Ryan.
Oh, you're like, intrusive thought.
Yeah. It's rough.
I never had any intrusive thought of like I should hurt myself. I didn't want to go home, but I did want it to end. I
just wanted to fast forward through this.
But I was never in Montevideo like as an area, so of course the rest of the country there's nothing, except at the border of Brazil. There's a free shop, which has like overpriced Pringles and M&Ms. Like,
hell yeah. And Tabasco sauce.
Tabasco sauce. Yes. And it wasn't, I think, like, if I remember correctly, like, Uruguayans, it was in Uruguay, but Uruguayans weren't allowed to go in there. It was to draw in tourism from Brazil. And so you had to show them your foreign ID to be allowed in. I don't understand.
I would buy stuff for people sometimes if they ask me.
Yeah.
Except for one time, although I still did it. These people were like, "Will you buy these like 2 cases of wine for us?" I was like,
Ryan.
I knew a member worked at that shop. And
they're like, it's for cooking.
Like, who am I to say no?
Thanks for listening to our second episode of Beyond the Guay. Please subscribe and tell your friends and share and all the fun stuff so we can have more listeners and more money and some money. We have no money based off this.
Well, Costco, we're still available.
Yes, Costco sponsors. We are open to negotiate / just take any deal you'll give us. Okay, bye.